Okay, so the recorder seems to be working, so that's always good news. Yeah, I'm doing a bit more baccarat these days, partly to further test the whole idea of hopping, skipping, jumping. I certainly love the idea of that because it takes you back to childhood days. I'm way past that, I tell you. Um, but yeah, hop, skip, and jump. You know, God, dear oh dear, I'm getting nostalgic now, almost tearful. Isn't it sad? Yeah. So minimum starting on player. I forgot to look to see where I was at the end of the last shoe, so I'll just assume that I'm on player. So double for the loss. 1, 2 is third. Try again. Okay, so we're out of that and back to the min. +1. 51. Baccarat is more attractive in many ways because even though it's a snooze of a game, it seems to me safer and somewhat less volatile than blackjack, which is the love of my life as far as casino goes. Oops, Freudian slip. As far as casino games are concerned, but you have to sort of look at the fact that the blackjack pits, they are completely paranoid. They just they do whatever it takes online, it seems to me, to make sure that you can't use progressive betting strategy. Bloody, bloody, bloody. So, anyway, lost 50 there, lost 100, so now it's 2, 3, third, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, and we're going to be on banker, but we're waiting. So there we go, the bet is 5, 3. Now it's 8, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now it's 2, 3, and if we win that one, we're going to have to pay a bit. I'm not going to bump it up yet, I don't think. 2, 3. 2, 3 is good, so we're not going to increase that. Alright, so that was nice. So now we're back to, well, I say it's nice. It's just completely expected. I mean, this is how it works. It's just how it is. So, it's not lucky. It's not sort of like, it's just how it works. And it's just extraordinary that either nobody else has noticed it, or all of the millions of people who have noticed it are just getting on with it and not telling anybody. They're just making money from it and keeping their mouths shut, which would be smart for me, I guess, but I guess I'm just not smart enough. Okay, that's plus another one. We repeat that. Okay, so now that's 2, 3. 2, 3 over on the banker. 5, 3, so we're coming back to player, but waiting. There it is, 1, 2, 3. 8, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8, 9 now for the tie. You just increase the bet if it'll give you the opportunity to go for the turnaround. So 8, 9. That was a disaster. Okay, so the next one is going to be a runaway if we lose it. 8, 9, 17, 20, I think we'll call that. Bugger! Damn ties. Okay, so that was sorted, and it also covered commission because I rounded up into the thousands, and so that covered the commission bill. So we'll go back to the minimum. +1. 51 second. The most important thing, I think, or one of the most important things, is that it takes away decision making. It doesn't eliminate the human element, but because mistakes are part of the human element, but it does mean you don't have to make decisions about how much to put out. Random betting, in other words. Where the hell am I? Okay, that's a repeat. What's the matter with me? Why couldn't I figure that out? Now we're on 1-2. It's because I'm talking too much. Alright, so back to the min. Oops, that didn't work. Double for the tie, 100 or less. +1. That's 1-2. 3-4, third. Darn. 7-4, banker is next. 7-4 it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 11-8. Don't be a tie. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's 19-20, which we're going to have to call 19-21 because of the bloody... In fact, it better be 19-22. Oops, that's not right. Because of the commission. 19-22. Come on, banker. Bugger the ties. There we are. Okay, so we covered commission and we're rocking again. Look at that. I mean, 11 wins, 18 losses, and we're ahead. And it's, you know, I know I bang on about this all the time, but I just find it absolutely mystifying that people don't understand the simple logic of how you go about winning more when you win than you lose when you lose. And it's been a campaign now that I've been going on about since I first hit the internet in 95 or 96, I can't remember quite which, and does it matter? Anyway, where was I just now? Banker, so I'm back to minimum on the bank. +1. Double for the tie because it's 100 or less. Plus max. We'll repeat that and try again. Okay, so now we're back to the minimum because we got our lost plus max back. Plus 1, never dubbed it. That was a tie reaction, and then I got tongue-tied. Isn't that appropriate? 1, 2, 3. That's not a repeat because we don't have 3 behind it, so that's going to be 1, 2. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That didn't work either. Okay, 7, 4. So we're waiting, but we're going to be on player next. Pity we missed that. It's always frustrating when you miss, you know, but anyway, that's how it is. And now 3, 4. 7, 8. We could yet be running away from this, you know. 7, 8. Maybe not. Okay, so we're at 17 wins and 23 losses and still nicely ahead, about 1400. So that's a good thing. I think we can all agree on that, right? +1. Excuse me. That's a repeat. The way I do that is that if there are only 2 wins behind it, then I call it 100, and the next bet is 200. If there are 3 bets behind it, then we repeat it. 3 wins behind it, then we repeat it. There is logic in all of this. Okay, so that was a win of 75, so back to the minimum. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third. 3, 2, and we'll be going on banker, but waiting. There it is, 3, 2. 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear. 9, 11 for the commission. Okay, so that's 20, 11. But I'm going to ditch because I can. So 20, 11. going to player. Getting up there now, aren't we? Well, we have to wait for a win, remember. Okay, so 2011. Well, I'll do it once and then I'll round it up. 2011. Alright, so we're now on, I think we can call that 911. So now 2022, so it's got to be 2025, hasn't it? 2025. Are we still on player? Yes, we are. Alright, so that's settled that problem. 2025, and we're in good shape, and we're still on player. Double for the loss. Repeat. $51. $52 for the tie because it's 100 or less. 3-4 is the third bet. Goody goody. Back to the min. +1. $51. Repeat it. Back to the minimum. Not really cue for a song, actually. 1, 2, third. There we go. Back to the min. Double for the loss. Double for the tie. I think that's good enough, actually. I think we should get out of there. Minimum. Double for the tie. +1. And again, that becomes 1, 2. And we're good. Back to the min. +1. +1. What did I do wrong there? I've done something wrong, haven't I? Oh no, it's just a repeat. Sorry, my mind's wandering again. Alright, so that's good enough. So min, double for the loss, 51. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Got a little bit of a glitch there, didn't we? No. That's the repeat one, so that's good. Back to the min. +1. +1. That's definitely a repeater. Now it's a double because it's 100 or less. Double for the tie. That's good. Alright, so we're back to the min. Bit of extra dosh there. One, 2, third. This is a pretty friendly shoe, this one, isn't it? We're 21 to 15, so yes, it's definitely friendly. 1, 2, third. 3, 2, and we're hopping to banker. That's what I get for saying it's a friendly shoe. 3, 2, and banker is next. Banker it is. 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2. Not too soon to take commission, I think. 1, 2. If it gets right up there, I'll take it. 3, 4. Well, it's getting up there now, isn't it? So 7, 9, I think. Bugger! I do hate ties. There we go. Okay, so we got our commission. And, oops, back to the minimum on the bank. +1. Up-a-doo, 51, second. Do it again. 1, 2, second. I think that's good enough. Back to the min, on the bank. Double. Double for the tie. Repeat it. Minimum. +1. And the last one. How the hell was that? Oh, that's a repeater, isn't it? So now it's 2, 3 on the bank. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I think we've already got enough money back on commission, so I'm not going to worry about that, I don't think. Back to the min on the bank. Double for the loss. 1, 2, third on the bank. 3, 2, and we'll be coming over to player, but we are waiting. There it is. I think we might have to go to an extra one. 3, 2. 5, 4. Okay, so we got 1, 2. I don't I'm going to play on, I think. Because it's 1, 2 on player. And the session balance is good, but we haven't had 2 complete shoes, have we? So I will do the 1, 2 and then think about it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what this high roller has to say about this strategy, because I don't think this is a gambler's method at all. And if the guy is putting out thousands chasing 40 to 1 paybacks, then I don't think. Anyway, 1, 2. Well, there's that. So we go back to the min. Oops. Double for the loss. Double for the tie. 2, 3, third. 1, 2, 3. Well, that was tidy. See, what I need basically, or what I'm aiming for, I don't need it, but I'm aiming for 5,000 per session, which is usually 2 shoes, but sometimes a little bit more. Double for the loss. Repeat that. Double for the tie. That's good enough, minimum. +1. 51. 2, 3, third. 5-3, and we're going to the bank, waiting. One, two, three. 2-3. Okay, so commission is only 30, so I'm not going to go mad yet. Minimum. +1. One of the many things I like about this this platform, is that they take the commission away immediately, and you get a running count over here. Where am I? Who am I? What day is it? 51, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we'll repeat that. Now 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and ready to hop. Okay, so now commission is up. Once it gets to 100, I start to get fidgety, you know. One, two, third. Okay, back to the men. We're just plussing right now. We're doing nicely. Plus max. Do that again. We've hit our 5,000, so I might bail out in a bit because we're at 21 minutes. Okay, so we'll chase that. And there it is. So yeah, I'm going to bail out at this point because we've hit the magic marker. The 5,000 is nearly 5,200. Players 11 to 19. Our wins 17 to 11. So, you know, and that tells you something about the wisdom of hopping, I think. But there are lots of people out there who just aren't interested in being told anything or learning anything new. And there's no point in me getting upset with them or whatever. It's their choice. I mean, it always comes down to, it's your money, do what you want with it. I mean, I had a guy once in the Golden Nugget in downtown Las Vegas years ago, and I was playing baccarat with a buddy of mine, and this guy started criticizing my play. And so I just said to him, I said, look, if you want to hand over some of your money, I'll play your way, but otherwise, excuse me. You know, and so he just sort of said, oh, okay, I got you, sort of like that. But I mean, that's the kind of thing that is infuriating, and the only time that I ever interfered with people's play was when I was asked to, not at baccarat but at blackjack, because what would happen is that people would see, you know, me pulling in chips against the same sort of, you know, dealer results that were killing them. And so they'd say, well, what are you doing up there? I mean, could you, you know, and I'd say, yeah, well, no, you don't want to do that, and you don't want to do this. And then sometimes I'd say, well, okay, you need to split those, but if you're nervous about that, I'll go in with you, you know, and you know, if you lose, I'll give you back half your money, that kind of thing, you know. And I didn't do that a lot. I mean, in the early days at the Golden Nugget, it was absolutely standard to bet on other people's hands and things like that, you know, pay for splits and that sort of thing. But that went out of style, largely because I think the house realised that, hey, this is expensive. But the Golden Nugget back in the 70s and 80s was very freewheeling, very free and easy. And it was where Steve Wynn started out on his incredible trajectory, becoming probably the most important person in Las Vegas. Well ahead of the mayor for sure, and the state governor, and just about anybody else. I mean, he was just a kingpin, and boy did he act like one. I had several encounters with Mr. Wynn up in Lake Tahoe, and when he was a happy camper, he was a good guy to be around. When he wasn't a happy camper, he was a shit. You know, so there you go. Anyway, enough of that. I'll save this shoe. That's the first thing to do, and then we'll go and have a look at the at the results just to see all about winning more when you win than you lose when you lose. Alright, so 7,227 divided by 20 is what? That's approximately 360, and 7,750 divided by 30 is somewhat less, but it wasn't enough to save us. We didn't do terribly, but we bailed out. Let's see. We bailed out here because we were betting on, obviously we were betting on banker when I bailed out. Yeah. And so what happened, we got one more, and then banker, which would have turned us around, and then, oh, did I hop by then? I don't know, doesn't matter. I'll have all that information. But anyway, looking at the average win to the average loss, it's still higher in spite of a negative shoe result. Next one up is 32 into 8,190 and 30 into 3,800. Well, I mean, that speaks volumes, doesn't it? And I do keep banging on about this because it is just extraordinary to me that people don't understand the principle and basically sometimes quite aggressively reject it. You know, I mean, and I think what it indicates is that gamblers don't think. I just watched Bobby Rivas do a session where he decided, I'm going to play dealer's rules, so I'm going to hit a stiff no matter what the dealer's up card is. Well, what a bloody waste of time that was. I mean, how stupid was that? And he lost another $1,000. And meanwhile, dear old pattern betting, the model, algae, as I like to call the algorithm, turned in a hefty profit. In the main, obviously, I got to admit, because there was a negative rollover from last time, which was very quickly recovered. And you know, but that's the sort of attitude that gamblers have. They don't necessarily have to be in show-off business to have a silly attitude about. Anyway, last one: 17 into 2,266 and 11 into 950. So there we go again, you know. And this was actually, the rest of the shoe was nice. You know, it would have taken care of us one way or the other, because we'd have switched here, and so then we'd have been on player, and so we'd have done great. We'd have stayed on player, as you can see, all this way, and then we'd have switched to banker and got our asses kicked at the end. But the main thing is, you know, to me, this is just the only way to play. I mean, there's just absolutely no question about it. Anyway, I'm up to 30 minutes now, so I've got to stop yattering, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.